Japan's whaling fleet has left its home port for another season in the Southern Ocean amid anger that the mission is being partly paid for by the Earthquake Recovery Fund.
Sea Shepherd Captain Paul Watson joins us now, and speaking with him is Sky News Chief Political Reporter Kieran Gilbert.
Yeah, Paul Watson, thank you very much for your time. Joining us via Skype from the Steve Irwin off Fremantle. Tell me, what's your reaction to the news that the Japanese are apparently spending $30 million additional funds on protecting their fleet this year? They've got water cannon capability, searchlights and so on. What sort of impact is this going to have on your efforts?
It's going to be the most challenging season yet. I mean, they've allocated 28 million Australian dollars equivalent to combating us. I mean, it's bizarre. They're treating us like we're some sort of nation that they're at war with, and we're simply trying to go down there and uphold international conservation law and prevent their illegal activities in the Southern Ocean Whale Sanctuary.
Your pilot, Chris Altman, who apparently has not been given a visa this year and in previous years has been so effective in spotting the Japanese fleet for your vessels to then go and impede their efforts. Now, how much of a impact will that have on your efforts in the Southern Ocean, not having your pilot there monitoring things?
We will get another pilot, but it is risky because Chris does have the experience, leaving and landing on this vessel. I think it's very strange that he was denied a visa. He has no criminal record. He's a veteran of the Gulf War. He's a former member of the U.S. Marine Corps, and he's a professional helicopter pilot. But for no reason given, Australia wouldn't grant him the visa. I don't know whether that was at the request of Japan or not. Nobody's giving us any answers.
So there's been no reason given from the Immigration Minister, the government, or anyone?
No, Chris said that the embassy told him he has to wait till Thursday before they'll give him a reason. But by then, it's getting to be too late. They did this to me and my first mate a couple of years ago, and it took us 2 months to resolve it. And it's just harassment.
You've called on the Australian government to send a customs vessel or a Navy vessel or something to monitor the situation, the confrontation in the Southern Ocean. What's the response been from Minister Burke?
I spoke to Tony Burke personally about this. He says it's not going to happen. And he said, Japan made a request that we send a vessel to protect them from you. And why would we give in on your request if we've denied them? And my answer to that is that because I have 20 Australian crew members and your job is to defend Australians, not Japanese whalers.
Are you worried that having an Australian vessel, customs vessel, might actually escalate the problem rather than placate things and ease things in the Southern Ocean?
This is the Australian Antarctic Territory down there. I think that an Australian government vessel would serve to keep the peace and certainly monitor the situation. I think that it would be the responsible thing to do to keep an eye on what's going on down there. Japan has threatened violence against us, and I just think it'd be the responsible thing to do, and I don't see why it's such a big deal. They should be protecting the waters of the Australian Antarctic Territory, and if nothing else, at least observing what's going on down there.
You're on board the Steve Irwin off Fremantle, as I understand it. There are a few other vessels in Hobart and elsewhere. What's your plan from here? As we've reported, Japan's whaling fleet apparently left its home port, heading to the Antarctic. Tell me, when will you be departing? What are your plans from here?
Our crew were in Japan, and they observed them leaving yesterday. We're going to give them about 10 days, and then we will depart from the Bob Barker from Hobart and the Bridget Bardot and the Steve Irwin from Fremantle. We will depart, head south, and we should arrive there before they arrive in the Southern Ocean.
Okay, Paul Watson, hopefully we'll speak to you over the next few weeks. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.